Dave Laidlaw here with a special edition video update on Britain's recent vote to exit the European Union. We felt this was a good time to reach out and share our perspective. Please stay tuned at the end for a required disclosure statement. In this video, we're going to answer 5 main questions. 1. What is the Brexit and why does it matter? How could the Brexit affect U.S. markets? What impact could the Brexit have on the global economy? How could the Brexit affect the U.S. economy? And 5, what should investors be doing right now? So let's start with how Britain ended up here. Britain originally voted to join the European Economic Union in 1973. In 1975, Britain voted to remain within the new European community, which then becomes the modern European Union in 1991. Economic and political circumstances have changed drastically since the 90s, and British citizens demanded a new national referendum on EU membership. The issues at stake were complex and involved British sovereignty, trade, regulations, and immigration policy. Ultimately, the vote was about whether or not Britain saw a future within the EU, or did they want out? As we saw, British citizens voted to leave. Now, let's talk about the effect that Brexit is having on markets. The vote to leave surprised investors around the world who reacted by selling. This is not an unexpected result because markets hate surprises. History tells us that recent market movements are most likely an overreaction in response to fear and uncertainty. If we look back, we see that since World War II, when there have been political shocks like this, markets tend to oversell and then rebound in the weeks and months that follow. While political events like this rarely have a long-term effect on the markets, we should also keep in mind that 2016 has brought many geopolitical challenges to our door. We should expect a lot of volatility going forward and some headline risk, or, in other words, when markets overreact to media coverage of events. Now let's talk about the potential economic impacts of the Brexit on the global economy. In Britain and Europe, a lot of the risks are political in nature. In Britain, it's possible that this vote will splinter the United Kingdom. Northern Ireland and Scotland, both who voted to remain within the EU, may vote to leave Britain in order to rejoin the EU. Exit negotiations are also likely to drag on for months and possibly years, and be the source of a lot of political footballs. We can expect plenty of volatility in financial markets as these negotiations are hammered out. Inevitably, the fallout from the Brexit could be enough to push Britain into a recession. One of the big worries experts have is that Britain's vote will be the first of many anti-EU votes that could cause a rush to the exits by other EU member countries. No one knows what the breakup of the EU would look like, but it would not be good for global economic growth. Now, on to how the Brexit will affect the U.S. economy. That really depends on how the divorce is negotiated. Again, there's no consensus among economists. Here's what we know. We should keep in mind the fact that the U.S. is a consumer-driven economy and that wages, the housing market, and improvements in personal finances all support consumer spending right now. Some may ask, will the Brexit be enough to push the U.S. into a recession? That's not really likely, though it could contribute to weak growth in the next couple of years. In addition, Britain's vote will likely affect Federal Reserve policies this year. Post-Brexit, expectations of a rate increase this year have gone down tremendously. Where predictions of a September rate hike were at 30% before the Brexit vote, they now stand at 0%. In fact, some experts even suggest that rate cuts may be back on the table if economic growth slows. Let's close by talking about what investors should be doing right now. First of all, tune out the noise. We're going to see a lot of terrifying headlines about Brexit. Let us filter through the news for you and communicate what you need to know. Second, focus on your own financial goals. Political events don't change your goals, and it's critical to avoid emotional reactions. When the markets stumble, the smart move is to sit back, take a look at fundamentals, and make prudent changes where necessary. We'll be in touch with you if we decide we need to shift your strategy. Third, regardless of which direction markets go, fear and uncertainty are going to rule the market for a while. It's too soon to tell whether the Brexit will mean for the markets. No one can agree on probable outcomes yet, though we don't think the Brexit is the end of the world. We believe that bull markets don't die of old age, but we are facing growing headwinds from abroad that may threaten the bulls. We are closely watching economic data and market research as it comes in. Right now, your job is to stay calm and focused on your goals, knowing that there is a serious professional who is taking care of the details for you. You can stay abreast of critical information on our weekly market commentaries and our monthly video updates. We will reach out to you personally if we believe that changes to your investment strategies need to be made in light of our analysis. If you experience any life changes or shifts in your goals that warrant changes to your portfolio, please let us know as soon as possible. Please stay tuned at the end for a required disclosure statement. Spectrum Financial Resources may be reached at 248-643-0033. We would be pleased to assist you with any of your financial goals. Thank you.